Yeah, actually the Apple thing was hilarious, man. And I haven't told that story yet, but like so Stripe and then I'll get to the announcement stuff, but I think it's a hilarious story. Or not a hilarious story. The hilarious part is there's no story. Strike's been growing a lot, and years ago I considered myself just this kid that was hacking in my dad's basement and just trying to do cool shit. And now I have a business and employees and just different responsibilities and growing into a more mature version of myself. I'm on my own life journey, and then how my company and my work can interface with the rest of the world. And so I was interfacing with these really cool mentors of mine. I've been very fortunate in meeting like really awesome people, and they were bringing about Steve Jobs to me. Like they were like, sometimes when you go on these rants, you remind us of Steve Jobs, and you should look into Steve Jobs. And so I did. Hilariously, I was in LA for Super Bowl week for some meetings, and this is a true story. One of my favorite rappers. I know you're like close enough to my age. You know Future, the rapper.
Yeah, of course.
Free
He's in my
Bang.
top three. He's my top
Yeah,
three.
yeah. I mean, Future's goated to me. So Free
He's
Bang
about to drop a
Gang.
new album too. So.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, so all right. So we're speaking the same language. Maybe some of the boomers that I offended during my presentation wouldn't know who Future was, but I'm in LA for the Super Bowl week, and I'm becoming this like I'm binging on Steve Jobs. I'm hearing like people I look up to, CEOs of other big public Fortune 500 companies are, really excited to try and mature me into CEO, give me pros and cons, how to deal with some of this stuff. And I'm watching his videos, and I'm in the store and I'm looking at this Apple hat, and it's just like a dope. I'm in LA. I'm like supposed to go shopping. So I'm with my buddies, and I pick up this Apple hat, and in the store comes Future, like one of my favorite rappers. And this is a true story. And he's shooting the shit with me, and he has no idea who I am. I, of course, know who he is. And I ask him, like, are you into Bitcoin? And he's like, I am into Bitcoin. I play dice for Bitcoin. And he invited me to play dice with him. And then I end up asking him, I was like, yo, should I get this hat? And it was this Apple hat. And he was like, yeah, dude, that's a dope hat. So I buy that hat, and I wear it like every day. It's like my favorite hat. It's a crazy story. My favorite rapper. Turns out he's into Bitcoin. I get like his mafia, whatever the fuck. Like there are like 20 of them. They're all like, they smelled like they just smoked weed. Like
Of course.
literally it smelled like someone put like a nug of weed like in my nostril. And so one of them got my phone number. I'm texting, we're going to play dice for Bitcoin later. And I got this hat, and I'm wearing this hat. So I go take a picture outside Chase, flipping the Chase ATM off, and I'm just wearing the hat. It had nothing to do with anything. Okay. And so that was the context of why I had the hat on. It was just a really cool hat, and I got it next to my favorite rapper. My favorite rapper told me to buy the hat, so I was wearing the hat. Okay. Then the whole fascination over Steve Jobs, the Think Different commercial really resonated with me. I like love it. And the genius that Steve had and the story behind the Think Different commercial was so powerful. And so I just tweeted it because I find it inspirational. I had no idea that the internet had taken my hat, like just a random hat that I had got, and then taken it as a rumor. And so then I wake up, and a lot of my team is like, the world thinks we're partnering with Apple. And I was like, really? Why? Because I was wearing a hat? Like, you guys got to be fucking kidding. You got to be kidding. Like, I literally thought it was a joke. And then once I realized that it wasn't actually anyone of substance, it was like a bunch of like altcoin podcasts. And it was a fake Dennis Porter account where they flipped the D and the P.
Dennis
so the
Dorter.
account is Penis Dorter or whatever. And so I'm like, all right, so the world thinks I'm partnering with Apple because a guy named Penis Dorter, like no one has to be taking this seriously. And I thought I was just trolling altcoiners. So I took a picture with a jug of milk and tweeted a milk commercial, and everyone was like, that's it, confirmed, Apple. And I was like, at that point, I was like, should I tweet out like an apology for wearing a hat? And everyone was like, no, just drop it. Like, we don't know how we got into this position. Penis Dorter is out here tricking everybody, and like altcoin podcasts are pumping Apple. And that is the true behind the scenes of what happened. It's a dope hat. I have not worn it since. It's just sitting in my closet. I'm like scared to death to wear. Like, now I'm just unbranded hats. Like, you guys can't get a rumor out of me with this hat. And that is what happened. So anyway, to clear the scene, clear the rumor, It was not intentional. I had no idea. And I thought the milk thing would have been like a funny way to be like, nah, I'm not like alluding to an Apple partnership. by
You were
wearing a
just
hat.
trolling with the milk stuff, but then people.
I was trolling, dude.
That's
I was
hilarious.
just trolling, like, because Steve Jobs in his he talked about the Got Milk commercial, and I thought it'd be hilarious if I took a picture with like 2% calcium fucking milk.
Hey, but